Happy Wednesday night, everybody. We are coming here with you for a little late night Wednesday night baseball updates. There's three games going on. One's about to end, two are right in the middle of it. So we're going to just hang out with you guys for at least a little bit. We're going to bring the scoreboard up on the stage so you can be following along with the three games that are actively going on. That is Phillies and Rockies. That game is going to the bottom of the ninth. Phillies are up 9-3. That one's basically over. Then you've got the Angels are over the Athletics 4-3, and then the Diamondbacks leading the Dodgers 1-0. So we're going to be following these games along with you, answering any and all of your questions, talking about anything that you want to, baseball or sports or otherwise. Right now, the Diamondbacks are up. They're up 1-0. They got a runner on first with two outs. Alec Thomas just got hit by the pitch. As you come on in, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. We are MetropoliFins. We are YouTube's smallest New York Mets Miami Dolphins channel. We're just going to be hanging out with you and just spend some time with whatever you want to talk about as you come on in. If you want to financially support this channel, help us be able to bring more of this sort of content to you, you can go ahead and click on that Patreon link. It's going to get you early access to videos. We'll have our newest video, 3 Up, 3 Down, coming out tomorrow night. We're going to be highlighting three teams, three kind of under the radar teams that are on the rise, three teams that are fallen a little bit. Sad night for the Knicks. I haven't even looked at that yet. Oh, buzzer beater. And now it looks like it's almost over. Pacers are up by 3 with 0.2 seconds left in overtime. So, yeah, not the greatest night for the Knicks. Who won last night? I didn't even did Oklahoma City won last night. The Diamondbacks are retired to end the inning. So it's going, oh yeah, you definitely went on that. Going to the seventh inning. Hey, the Rockies have a little rally going on in the bottom of the ninth. This is highly unlikely as a comeback, but it is 9-4 Phillies over the Rockies right now. That is no games. Good evening, everybody. We are MetropoliFins. We're talking about sports here tonight, following along the baseball scores that are going on. Oh, the Rockies players just ruled out at second base. So I hope you are doing well. I'm a New York Mets fan, but Mets won tonight. We already just did our post-game wrap-up of that. But yeah, if you want to talk sports and not just baseball, any sports as well, as Vitalik is talking about. Oh yeah, I remember Reggie Miller. So like, I was never a Knicks fan, but I just remember back in whenever that was, 90s, just how Reggie Miller just constantly put a dagger into the Knicks so many times. So remember like hearing the sports report the next morning. I personally never got into basketball, but yeah, when you lived in New Jersey, you would hear about the Knicks all the time. Back in the day, the Nets weren't a team to be that anybody cared about. You could always go to New Jersey Nets, not Brooklyn Nets at the time. It was the New Jersey Nets. You could always go to games for super cheap. I mean, I remember like going to games for like $5 or $10. Super cheap tickets here. So Rockies are down 9-4. There's two outs in the bottom of the ninth, so they still need a couple of base runners to do anything. Now that being said, the Angels just scored 2 runs. Yeah, Logan O'Hoppe. No, let's see. No, it's Joe Adell. Joe Adell just had a hit a 2-run homer for the Angels. We are actually talking about Joe Adell during the Mets stream. He was one of those guys that for years everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know if he's ever going to be able to stick in the majors." His batting average still isn't super high, but the power seems to be starting to come around. And, if you can be content with a guy, let's see how many home runs. He's got 5 home runs this season. He had 20 all of last season, and last season was really his first full season in the majors. It took him 5 seasons to get a full season in the majors, so yeah, that's how it goes. We were gonna come on to follow Corbin Burns' perfect game, and in the time of me getting the stream set up to actually going online, he lost his perfect game. He gave up a hit to, Freddie Freeman, so Dodgers are up again. 1-0 Diamondbacks over the Dodgers as we speak, and that, Phillies-Rockies game is officially over. You can see there the final score ended up being 9-5, so the Rockies were able to push home one more run, but it's showing 3 outs in the end of the ninth, so that game is done. We're gonna shift these 2 scores up. See if I can make them just a little bit bigger for you. There you go. There's the 2 games that are still live. That's it, 2 games that are left. Diamondbacks lead the Dodgers 1-0. Angels lead the Athletics 6-3. In the month of May, when Corbin Burns gets a batter to 2 strikes, they are currently just shifted up there. Batters are currently 0 for 29 against Corbin Burns. They just gave up a walk, so technically they're still 0 for 29, but so we're just gonna hang out for a few minutes. If you guys want to talk, chat, anything sports, we can absolutely do that here tonight. There's 2 games going on, so I am flipping back and forth between the 2 games. I'm currently watching this Dodgers game, but if you've got anything else that you want to talk about, baseball or other sports wise, please chime on in. Let me know who your team is, how are they doing, what you like, what you don't like. All right, should we start? Let's do this while we're hanging out here. I'm actually going to start doing a little bit of research of what teams are up and what teams are down. So I do a power ranking every Sunday night. That's like how teams are doing relative to other teams. But the 3 up and 3 down doesn't have to be a top 10 team necessarily. It can just be, in fact, I generally don't pick top teams. I try to highlight teams before they get to the top. So Padres are on a 5-game losing streak. They're looking at like one of the 3 down teams would be the Padres. They got swept by the Mariners. Now they've lost 2 in a row. I don't even know who they're playing right now. Oh, the Blue Jays. Yeah, they lost 14-0 to the Blue Jays today. They must have lost to them yesterday. They lost 3-0 to the Blue Jays yesterday. So they've been outscored 17-0 over their last 2 games. What did they do the day before? They didn't play Monday. They lost 6-1. So they've been outscored 23-1. They lost 4-1. They were outscored 27-2. They lost 5-1. So they've been outscored 32-3. Padres have been outscored 32-3 over their past 5 games. So if you thought the Mets were having trouble scoring runs, man, the Padres are that much worse. All right, let's see. Tommy Edman just strikes out from Corbin Burns. Oh, it's a nasty pitch Corbin Burns has. He was way out in front of it. He was looking for something completely different. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. So we're just watching a couple of games going on. The Angels lead the Athletics 6-3. That if the Angels win, that will be a 6-game winning streak for them. And the Diamondbacks lead the Dodgers. I believe the Dodgers have lost 4 of their last 5. They got swept this weekend, and they lost the first game of the series, and I think they won last night. So Dodgers are losing 1-0 in this game. They have a runner on first with 2 outs. So that's what's going on. What other teams? What other teams are hot right now? In the last, like, either good teams doing poorly. I mean, the Dodgers, they're 4-6 in their last 10. I mean, it might end up being the Dodgers and the Mets. I'm trying to find another. The Angels are definitely a 3 up. Really, probably not going to highlight the Twins again because we already did that recently. I mean, maybe the Diamondbacks, if they can win again here tonight, the Diamondbacks will have they'll have a winning record in their last 10 games. They'll have taken 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. So I don't know. Maybe they're a team that's on the rise. I mean, I could say the Phillies because I think we highlighted them recently. I mean, Phillies would be fair for sure. Were they in the 3 up last week? I don't want to highlight them again if we just highlighted them. I'm looking at my thumbnail. That's the power rankings. Well, we didn't do the Phillies last week. We did the Twins, Rangers, and Braves were up. Twins, Rangers, Braves. So I don't want to like continue on with the I don't want to continue on with the Phillies, with a first place team forever. But if they just got there, Phillies. That's a possibility. So we're on commercial break for that Dodgers game right now. You got the scores on the screen in front of you. Angels are up 6-3 in the bottom of the 4th, I believe that is. Athletics do have a runner on. I'm going to switch over that game for a little bit here. Brent Rooker is up for the Athletics. Jack Kachanowicz probably botched that name. So we did that's probably it for that division. Did the Twins. Do that again. So probably Diamondbacks. Only the team that comes to mind as a team that's on the rise is maybe the Braves. But I mean, maybe we'll do the Phillies. The Phillies are hotter than the Braves, even though I try not to focus too much. Try not to focus too much on first place teams. All right. Two outs in this Angels Athletics game. Miguel Andujar is up for the Athletics. Well, the Nationals have won four in a row. That'd be a fun team to highlight. Let's do that. Let's highlight the Nationals. All right, what teams are down? So these are good teams, teams in the top half of the division that are struggling. So it's got to be the Dodgers. They're 4-6. Oh, the Padres too. They're 3-7. You got the Royals. Rangers have now lost three in a row. That's the impact of playing the Yankees, I guess. Athletics have a runner on second now with two outs, bottom of the fourth. Diamondbacks have two runners on in the top of the sixth. Andujar strikes out wildly. That's going to end the fourth inning. So Athletics get a runner over to second, but are unable to score. Only one other game in progress. Diamondbacks and Dodgers. Diamondbacks have runners on first and third with one out. Eugenio Suarez is up for the Diamondbacks as we speak. This Diamondbacks lineup, we've been saying for a couple weeks here on the channel, looks really strong top to bottom. Looks like there's just a lot of guys who can hurt you no matter where you are in the lineup. That makes a lineup just super dangerous. When you just have no easy outs. Dustin May is pitching for the Dodgers tonight. Diamondbacks are up 1-0, but trying to push another runner across. They're up 1-0. Runners on first and third with one out. Eugenio Suarez at the plate. It's going to fly it out. It's in foul territory. It was shallow enough. Moreno tagged, but did not go. So runner on third with less than 2 outs, and Suarez is not able to get the runner. It's going to bring Pavin Smith to the plate. It's a good thing he did not go because he would have been completely toast. He would have been toast at home. All right. Pavin Smith is now up. See if he can get one of these runners or both these runners home here. That's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Pavin Smith here. Daniel Barry, how's it going? CD, how's it going? All right, here's my thoughts on Soto's performance. Yeah, I saw that, Daniel Barry. Mets didn't blow it today, so we'll take that. Yeah, so my thoughts on Juan Soto. I am not concerned. There's going to be an adjustment phase. Citi Field is definitely a different ballpark than Yankee Stadium. I saw yesterday Judge hit his shortest home run ever, which I thought that was kind of interesting stat to track. So I was saying on our post-game recap tonight that I think actually Soto's struggles are good because the Mets are currently 30-20, 10 games over 500, which is like a really good start to the season. And if the Mets were 30-20 and Soto was hitting, say, 420, like he was hitting Aaron Judge-like numbers, there's a grounder to third. Pavin Smith is going to be thrown out. The Dodgers get out without giving up a run. It's still 1-0 Diamondbacks going to the bottom of the 6th. So I think the fact had Soto come out like hitting like crazy, he was hitting like 400 and the Mets were 10 games over 500, everyone would say the Mets are only winning because Juan Soto is doing well. But if he slumps at all, this team won't be doing well. The fact that the Mets have a 10-game over 500 record at 30-20 kind of squelches that whole thing. And so now the whole, like, what do you argue? It's like, well, what if Soto doesn't hit? What if he struggles all season? Okay, so what? Mets have won, and they're 10 games over 500. If they finish the year 20 games over 500, would you be upset as a Mets fan? No, of course not. And so, obviously, I hope Soto gets it right and gets it figured out. I believe he will. There's a gapper in the Angels game here. That's a double for Taylor Ward. Taylor Ward's been on a power binge here the last couple days. So yeah, so ultimately I'm not really concerned about Soto. I'm glad that the Mets have been winning while he has been struggling. And again, struggling for Soto is still really good. And the other side of the Soto debate that I really like is you're not just paying for Soto's ceiling, you're also paying for his floor. Every player is going to have ups and downs throughout the season, but in what is universally being called an off season, Soto's still hitting about 250. He's still basically getting a hit a game on average, basically going 1 for 4 every game. The Mets have won a ton. He's healthy, as far as we know. And so I'm not particularly worried about it here. So, and like I said, I think it's good that he struggled a little bit early because now this Mets team knows they can win with or without him. So should something happen where he has to sit out a game or injured for a couple weeks, this Mets team's not going to go into panic mode like, oh, we don't know how to win without Juan Soto. But a good question. My question for you, CD, if you're still here, is do you think the Yankees pitching is going to be able to hold up all season? You know, and not so much talking the Fried and Rodon. Let's assume that maybe Fried won't be. Maybe he will. He's definitely on a Cy Young pace. So let's even assume that Fried stays on a Cy Young pace and Rodon stays solid. Do you think your 3 through 5 starters are going to hold up all season? Because as a Mets fan, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting our 3 through 5, which were really our 6 through 8 starters, with all the injuries that we've had too. Jorge Soler goes down swinging. There's going to be 2 outs in the top of the 5th here. Diamondbacks are up 1-0. We're just going to hang out here for a couple more minutes. Halliburton was clutch. So, but I don't know. There's something cool about seeing Knicks and Pacers playing each other in the Eastern Conference Finals. Something that's fun about that. Logan O'Hoppe is up for the Angels here. He already has 1 2-run homer. I believe the Angels have scored all their runs on 2-run homers today. Miguel Rojas has a leadoff single for the Dodgers in that game. You can see there's only 2 games live. Those are the 2 scores that are on the screen right now. So you can see, in case you're a little unfamiliar with this, that little dot there. Let's see, how can I do that? Oh, I got to do it this way. I'm going to bring my mouse onto it here. I guess I can't quite show. The little dot on first base means there's a runner on first there. See the score 1-0 for Diamondbacks over the Dodgers. And then Angels are up 6-3 on the Athletics. Angels are trying to get this run home with Logan O'Hoppe. All right, I stand corrected. The Angels have 4 home runs, 2 2-run home runs, and 2 solo home runs. Logan O'Hoppe. Logan O'Hoppe has 2 home runs in the game. Zach Neto has 1 home run. And Joe Adele has 1 home run. But in this particular instance, Logan O'Hoppe is going to fly out. Meanwhile, the Dodgers have a little bit of a threat going here. Mookie Betts also just singled. So the Dodgers now have runners on first and second. First and second with one out. Shohei Ohtani did get out in between Miguel Rojas and Mookie Betts. But it's 2 on, 1 out for the Dodgers here. Freddie Freeman is coming up. Freddie Freeman turns that one inside out, but it goes foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dodgers have runners on first and second with 1 out. They're down 1-0 to Corbin Burns and the Diamondbacks. It's just that game and Angels Athletics going on. Every other game is final for the day. It's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Freddie Freeman. Let me know what teams you guys are representing. You can ask me any sort of sports question if you want. I don't know everything, but I'll answer what I do know for sure. And Freddie Freeman goes down swinging on a good pitch by Corbin Burns. Silences the Los Angeles Dodgers crowd. All right. That's going to bring up Teoscar Hernandez. Dodgers are trying to get this game tied up. Looking for a 2-out hit. Ball 1. To Teoscar. We're also keeping an eye on that Angels Athletics game. We'll let you know if anything happens over there. Big swing. I can feel the breeze over here. Swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss again. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Teoscar Hernandez. Oh, well, I think we have a score. I think something just happened in that athletics game. Kurtz. Kurtz of the Athletics just hit a home run. 6-4, Angels over Athletics. This is a high drive to center field. It is a 2-run homer for the Dodgers, and the Dodgers take the lead. Corbin Burns is not happy. Dustin May, meanwhile, the starting pitcher for the Dodgers, is very happy. Actually, it's a 3-run homer. Sorry, not a 2-run homer. It's a 3-run homer. Forgot they had 2 guys on, not just one. So it's 3-1 Dodgers. Did he just leave it middle? Oh yeah, it was supposed to be outside, and he just left it right over the center of the plate. A juicy meatball. Absolutely demolished by Teoscar Hernandez. He's coming back after a little injury stint. The blonde, how's it going? That ends Corbin Burns' scoreless inning streak that he had going on. There's 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th in the Dodgers game now. The Dodgers up 3-1. Going to flip back over to Angels and Athletics, it looks like. I don't know if that is that inning over now. No, it looks like there's a pitching change going on. There is. Brock Burke is coming on for the Athletics. So never mind. We'll go back to the Dodgers game. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Just kind of hanging out, talking sports. Of course, the Knicks lost tonight. That's kind of for all you Mets Knicks fans. My condolences on that loss. So we're gonna hang out with you guys for a little bit long, maybe till about midnight, another 10 minutes or so. Starting to get tired though. We only have a couple days left of school, so then everybody can sleep in just a little bit. All right, so Corbin Burns got out of that inning. Dustin May is going to come out, I believe, to pitch the top of the seventh. That's a commercial break. Brock Burke is now pitching for the Angels. We'll go live to that game. There's a runner on first, nobody out. Seth Brown at the plate for the Athletics. Big swing and a miss by Seth Brown. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Oh, I think you stumped me on that one, Midnight. You stumped me on that one. All right, I'm looking it up. There goes my streak. All right, pulling up Blues Traveler. Okay, yeah. I'm barely awake, Justin. All right. It's a great background song for baseball. That's filed away. For those of you who want to listen to the song that Midnight was singing, here it is. I'm going to stay till midnight. Give 10 more minutes. We came on to see if Corbin Burns could pitch a perfect game, and the answer is no. He just gave up 3 runs to the Dodgers. All right. What's the count here? It's 2-2 to Max Schumann. Diamondbacks also have a runner on now, top of the seventh against the Dodgers. They were leading 1-0. Now they got to figure out how to come back. So we're gonna chill with you guys till midnight, and then I'm gonna go to bed. 2 more mornings of getting up at 6 a.m. and then I get a break for 8 or 10 weeks, whatever it is. The thing is, I know quite a few Blues Traveler songs, but give you a run around. The slow rolling ground ball to third base. He is safe at first. The Athletics are going to have runners on first and second. They might challenge it, but I'm pretty sure he was in there. He looked safe. There's the harmonica. Ooh, that was closer than I thought. He kind of had a misstep, not a misstep, but he barely. He had to do like a little extra step. Okay, so I know this part of the song. Definitely never seen the music video, but I do recognize the end, like where they do like the little, not quite a rap part, but I recognize. All right, Athletics have runners on first and second here. That's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lawrence Butler's at the plate. Yeah, so he's been hurt. He was out for like 2 weeks or whatever, but he's back. He demolished that ball tonight too. He's having a good season. I believe that's his 10th home run of the season. All right, we're gonna stay to the end of this Athletics inning here. Th- There's a grounder. They threw it to second. They're gonna see if they're gonna challenge this though. I thought he was safe. That was my initial gut reaction, but we'll see. I thought he was safe. They are gonna challenge it. So the Athletics, if they win this challenge, they're gonna have bases loaded with 1 out, I believe, is what it'll be. We need a different angle than what they're showing us. Second baseman made a great play to stick with the ball after it kind of popped out of his glove. Ooh. On that angle, I think he might be out. I think he's going to be out. Yeah, Indianapolis, or sorry, Indiana, not Indianapolis. I was thinking Colts. The Pacers beat the Knicks tonight in overtime. Yeah, they're going to say stands. They can't confirm it. They arrested 2 women that helped him escape. Yeah, I heard someone from inside the jail also got arrested too. And they've caught like 5 of the 7 or 5 of the 10 inmates or something. All right, they're gonna go to the bullpen here, so we're gonna flip over to the other game. Oh, I was gonna flip over to the other game, but they might be. All right, so the Angels are gonna have a pitching change. I think maybe the Dodgers have a pitching change going on here too. Yeah, Lou Trevino is gonna come in. Corbin Carroll just got a two-out single. Gene Segura. So we've got two games right now. Two games going on. Both of them have runners on first and third with two outs. Both of them have pitching changes going on right now. So that's the delay in the action. You can see both of those games. They're on the scoreboard there. Diamondbacks had a 1-0 lead. Corbin Burns was pitching really well, and then he gave up a 3-run blast to Teoscar Hernandez. Meanwhile, the Angels have scored 6 runs on 4 home runs. Yeah, by the way, we already did a recap of the Mets game. So if you just are interested in New York Mets baseball, here's the link to the New York Mets recap. All right. We are back. We're going to just try to follow both games at once. It's strike one. Ketel Marte is up for the Diamondbacks. He's just 3 for 19 with runners in scoring position. There's a little chopper to the right side. Rojas is going to throw him out. That was a very poor swing by Ketel Marte. All right, we're going to go back to this athletics game. Shea Langoliers is up with runners on first and third. See if they can do any better with their opportunity. Syracuse versus the Rochester Red Wings. That's outside. 1-1 strike. So I said midnight, but this half inning might go slightly later than that. We'll stay with you till the end of this inning here. Bottom of the fifth. Big swing and a miss by Shea Langoliers. Yep, we covered that already, Redman. That Verlander's on the injured list. We did full updates on, well, all Mets stuff on the Mets. We're covering a couple other things here. I'm going to stick with you guys to the end of this half inning. It's the bottom of the fifth. Athletics have 1 run in so far. Butler steals second, so now there's runners on second and third. Runners on second and third for the Athletics. Of course, there's still 2 outs. 2 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, Langoliers reach for that. It's going to fly out. That's going to do it for the Athletics for that inning. They're not going to trade Paul Skeens. That's just talking points. Yeah, but that's how you get to the major leagues. Is you got to throw 100. That's just how the world works. All right. Well, that being said, I think since there's no perfect game drama, I think it's going to be pretty hard for the Diamondbacks to come back here. And it's late, and I got to be up early. I got to be up at 6 a.m. So anyway, it's good hanging out for a little bit here tonight. Appreciate all of you as always. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and the last one out, please turn off the lights. Have a great night, everybody.